Hi, I'm Brian Neylon, Group President here at Dish. We appreciate you choosing us as your television provider and for giving me a moment to explain what is going on with this local channel. Our contract with Tegna, the owner of this channel, has expired, and they have refused our fair offer to allow us to continue to provide this station. This interruption is a negotiating tactic by Tegna. We apologize that they have put you in the middle. Instead of continuing to work with us, Tegna has made the calculated decision to temporarily remove this channel from your service. Let's be clear. Tegna's removal of this channel was done for one reason and one reason only: to get you upset. Once they have interrupted your service, they will then encourage you to call Dish to demand we pay whatever price they're asking. You are their pawn to pad their bank accounts. This is why television providers like Dish are forced to raise your rates. Dish is fighting for you and your money, and we are asking for you not to fall into Tegna's trap. They purposely waited for this exact opportunity to scare you for the ultimate effect. TV premieres, they're back, and so is football. Now they are using this exact moment to interrupt your service to put pressure on Dish to meet their greedy and ridiculous demands. And what's unfortunate? This negotiating tactic of removing channels is something that they are very comfortable doing, and it's a game that they continue to play over and over again. It's really become their go-to bargaining chip to benefit their own financial gain. Just last December, Tegna removed their channels from DirecTV for 19 days, right in the heart of holiday season. And then they followed that up by taking away their channels from another cable provider, Mediacom, on New Year's Day. Channels that are still removed to this day. Now, during the past two negotiations with Dish, Tegna has removed their channels, both times, for a short period of time. This removal was their plan all along. And look, we're sorry that Tegna chooses to use you in this way again. Every time Tegna's contract expires, they try to create tension between television providers and customers to help Tegna raise their rates. And today, Tegna has its sights set on Dish and you to pay nearly $1 billion in fees for their channels. With all of these demands about a rate increase, you'd think they'd make their programming better. But instead, their strategy is to provide the same programming and just charge more for it. I'm sure, like me, you can remember when local channels were free and mostly watched with an over-the-air antenna. Guess what? Customers still have the capability to watch free local channels with a digital antenna today, even though Tegna wants you to pay for it. Tegna started as a company that provided these free over-the-air channels, but along the way, free was lost, and broadcasters like Tegna found a way to make billions of dollars on these channels by charging cable and satellite companies to carry their so-called free signals. What started as free transformed into a few $1 million a decade ago, and ultimately has ballooned to be over $12 billion a year today. Dish is all about choice for our customers, and we are proud to be the only television provider that does not require you to purchase local channels. We believe in providing the choice to use an over-the-air antenna because it gives all customers the opportunity to save money. Unfortunately, broadcasters don't like us giving choice because that means a lot less money for them. You may ask, why does Tegna have such an appetite for your money? Tegna uses the additional money they get from you to build their media empire. They recently acquired another 15 local channels for $1.5 billion, gobbling up these channels in order to become one of the most powerful station owners in the country. Now that Tegna has accomplished their goal of being one of the biggest, they feel they can strong-arm Dish customers to pay whatever rates they want, or they'll remove their channels to try to force Dish to meet their outrageous demands. Additionally, Tegna has created several digital and commercial advertising companies to grow their advertising sales business, just to turn right around and insert those ads into your favorite shows on Dish. So they are taking your money, investing it to create commercials to then entice you to give them more money. Clever. But when is enough enough? This is a vicious cycle. It gets even better. Remember the $1 billion figure that I referenced a little bit ago? How do you think that money was spent? Did they invest it to make your programming better? The simple answer, no, they didn't. They chose to financially reward their shareholders instead of improving their programming for you. This is corporate greed at its finest. Customers, like you, expect good content for a fair price. But this East Coast media conglomerate, Tegna, wants you to pay a higher price for the exact same programming that you enjoy today. There is no valid reason behind these demands, other than they want more of your money, plain and simple. Our commitment is to stand up for our customers, to make sure that you get a fair deal for the television programming that you enjoy today. Look, we are just as frustrated as you with Tegna's decision to use their monopolistic power to remove your channels to try to force Dish to accept their rate increase demands. In most cases, Tegna controls at least one local station, ABC, NBC, Fox, or CBS, in your area, and there are no alternatives for these stations in your market. Knowing this makes their decision even more provoking because it directly impacts our customers and eliminates your ability to access local channels in your market. We will continue to work hard to reach an agreement that is fair for Dish, for Tegna, and for you, our customers. Now, we hope this helps you to understand our perspective, and we encourage you to reach out to Tegna to learn more from their position. All of their contact information is conveniently located on dishpromise.com. And you can also continue to visit dishpromise.com for any updates. And finally, I would like to take this opportunity to thank you again for being part of the Dish family. We really do appreciate your business, and we will be in touch with any updates.
Hello, I'm Christina. Do you ever go to one of your TV channels and not see your programming? Ever wonder why that happens? Ever get mad about it? Here's what I've learned. As you probably know, cable and satellite TV companies sign contracts with all the broadcasters. The broadcasters send their signal to cable and satellite companies, and that company delivers the signal to your house, sort of like a mailman. TV companies have to get permission from the station's owner to retransmit their signal. Sometimes when the broadcasters and the TV providers get into negotiations, the broadcasters take away the signal. It's a power move on their part. They may even do this if the channel they want more money for isn't a local channel. That's right, the broadcasters think they can hold local channels hostage to get higher rates on unrelated channels you may not even watch. It's no coincidence that this usually happens before a big television event or premiere, knowing this would inconvenience viewers the most. They may even run ads suggesting viewers switch TV providers, knowing full well that those other providers are stuck in the same boat, paying fees to the same broadcasters. Switching TV providers is not the answer. While TV companies have different contract expiration dates with broadcasters, all TV companies face the same problem. Unfortunately, the broadcasters keep asking for more and more money for signals available to some for free over the airwaves. They do this with disregard to the fact that many Americans rely on satellite TV companies to receive their local channels because they live too far away from the broadcaster's signal. The negotiations keep happening because an outdated ruling from Washington forces satellite and cable companies to pay for these free signals. So the broadcasters actually figured out how to get paid twice, and they've been getting away with it. They get money from the TV providers, and they get paid more by advertisers because they're getting a bigger audience. From the way broadcasters have been increasing prices, they seem to think that they have access to nearly unlimited funds. The broadcasters have a monopoly and they're taking advantage of that. The TV providers are working together to stop the broadcasters from raising prices to numbers almost too big to believe. Numbers that directly impact your monthly television bill. What kind of numbers are we talking about? Broadcasters have raised prices by as much as 40% per year, multiple years in a row. During the same period, annual cable and satellite bills only increased 5% per year on average. To put it into perspective, imagine if the $3 gallon of milk bought from the grocery store 3 years ago cost more than $8 today. Something needs to be done before that gallon of milk costs $12 or more the following year. The satellite and cable companies are negotiating to keep prices down. And with help from the government, outdated rules can be changed to end broadcaster blackouts. You should have access to local channels, but at a fair price. And TV providers like this one are working around the clock to make that happen. Check out this website for more information.